Hello guys, and welcome to another one of my little videos. I have some updates for you. Before I get to Despecialized, let me give you some general life updates. In my previous update video, which you can find here, I told you I was going to be moving to a new apartment. Now, you've seen some bits of it in some of my recent videos, but let me give you a tour. It's not gonna take long, as it's a very small apartment. Due to this, it was quite challenging to cram all my stuff in here. The collectors among you will understand. Luckily, before I moved in, I was able to create a 3D model of the apartment and test how my furniture will fit in. On the farmhouse front, things have literally frozen up during winter, as central heating has yet to be installed. So for winter, we moved to a single room, heated by a wood-burning stove. And in this cold, not much work can be done on or around the house. Though the last time I was there, the weather finally warmed up a little, and the snow has mostly melted. But unfortunately, this thaw didn't last long, and it's snowy again. But since the weather was nice, at least for the moment, we decided to check out the attics of the barns, which even my girlfriend has never been to until then. I must admit I was a little disappointed, because as you can see there wasn't actually much to be seen there. And with these old attics you never know, because you can find some pretty interesting treasures. Like for example in my girlfriend's parents' summer house, which is right next door. Anyway, my girlfriend is able to work from home, so she stays there with her cats, because somebody has to feed the wood-burning stove so that the place doesn't freeze up. While I live and work in Prague, so we mostly only see each other on weekends. That is until a couple of weeks ago, when the epidemiological situation in the Czech Republic got so bad that our government put into effect a very harsh lockdown that bans us from traveling outside of our counties. So we haven't been able to see each other for a couple of weeks now, and probably won't be for a couple more at least. I don't want to get into politics here, but it is getting really frustrating. After being one of the countries with the lowest numbers last spring, We are now #1 in the world in the number of cases per million people. Actually, in my last update video, I told you that my family was okay, and that is still the case. But other than me, every single member of my immediate family has had the virus, as they live in one of the hardest hit counties. Luckily, they all had fairly light symptoms and seem to be doing fine, though my mom is still not quite out of the woods yet. Now onto the news on Despecialized. In one of my latest videos, which you can find here, I showed you how I was working in Foundry Nuke, the software I use at work for professional compositing on big blockbusters. Now, Nuke is an incredibly expensive piece of software. The full version license costs something like $10,000 a year. So for Despecialized, I have been using the free non-commercial version, which is awesome because you can use this super expensive software for free. But unfortunately, it has some severe limitations. The biggest of which is that the maximum output resolution is limited to 1080p. But Nuke is such a powerful piece of software that I just couldn't go back to After Effects. So my plan was to work at 1080p and then use AI upscaling on the results. But the non-commercial version of Nuke also doesn't support external plugins like Neat Video and can't apply external LUTs. So what I had to do was first load all the sources into Premiere or After Effects and do all the cleaning and denoising there, and then render the sources out one by one with the correct LUTs already applied. And only then I could open Nuke and start actually working on the shot. I described the whole process in this video. This was super time consuming and really kept me from wanting to work on Despecialized. But a few months ago, Foundry announced a new cheaper version of Nuke for freelancers called Nuke Indie. It also has some limitations, but far less than the non-commercial version. It can output up to 4K UHD resolution, and crucially, they recently added support for some third-party plugins, including Neat Video. So I decided to spring for it, and this should make my entire process a hell of a lot more streamlined. I'm currently using a 1-month free trial, but I will be buying it after that. It's still quite expensive at something like $1,000 per year with the European VAT tax. And on top of that, where the Neat Video plugin for Premiere costs something a little above $100, the OFX host version for Nuke costs more than twice that. It should totally be worth it, though, to be able to create a much more streamlined pipeline that will enable me to focus more on the actual work rather than the input-output issues. So I will be buying this software regardless, but any help offsetting the cost would, of course, be very much appreciated. Links in the description below. But there's more. I was thinking that in order to get on track with Despecialized 3.0, I need to give myself a specific time slot when I will be working on it. And since, judging by the reception of my Recreating the Frames video, a lot of you seem to be interested in the process, I figured I could do a regular live stream of me working on Despecialized. I was thinking Sundays 10 PM my time, because that's early afternoon on the US East Coast and late afternoon on the West Coast, and yet not so late for me that I would have to stay up too long before going to work the next day. And Sunday, because on Saturdays, I'm, at least under normal circumstances, I'm usually away, and on weekdays, I'm usually tired from work and I don't want to have this hanging over me. So Sunday seems ideal in this regard. Let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in that, and if you have any suggestions on where and how to do it. Well, that's it for today. And as always, if you want to support this channel, you can do so by becoming a patron or donating directly to my PayPal. I really appreciate all the help. Thank you guys very much. Thanks for watching, and may the Schwartz be with you!